This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Miami Dolphins and the Seattle Seahawks. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and off we go from Seattle. On the return from his end zone, Godwin Igwebuike. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Right out of the gates, here's Smith. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And they'll run. It's Ken Walker. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Off of play action. Here's Smith. Rolling to his right. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
On first down, Tagovailoa. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's second down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because the defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Yeah, boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
To throw again on second down. Tua. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a third.
I think they put this defense on notice that that could be a really, really frequent combination. Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill on the touchdown pass from Tua. And the Dolphins use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive. Something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Jason Myers now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And Hill will opt for the touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
Well, we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough.
Sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Tagovailoa going for it on fourth down. Going right back to Wilson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. 4th and 2, they got it. That was kind of that gray area. Is that a feel thing, whether you go run or pass there offensively?
I think it's a feel thing. It's a tendency thing about what you like to do yourself on offense, as well as knowing how strong they are against the run on defense. Got to make a decision, and they made the correct one.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
I don't care what game it is. Everyone's always looking for an early advantage, an early break, and they almost had one there. That should have been an interception. Nice catch. Just couldn't get his feet down in bounds.
And offensively lucky to have that one back. Meanwhile, Tua's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 40. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
These two teams all tied after one.
Come on, stretch.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Tua to try again on second down. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki. Third down here.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on third. On the right side open is Gesicki. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 21. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive. And here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill on the touchdown pass from Tua. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Igwebuike to return it from his end zone here. Well, now how about this return? And what a return. Great field position all the way out to the 48 there.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
On the handoff, this is Walker. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Brandon Jones with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
On 2nd and 2, Tua. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
From the 36,
Tua. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And a lot of being a defender is being able to learn what you can and can't get away with when in man coverage. In this case, he got away with it and helped pop that ball free.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He is going to find Hill here. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Dolphins have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Igwebuike to return it from his end zone here. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. Was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now Geno. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Let's go. Come back, team. Come back.
Now Gino on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jalen Phillips just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
The Smiths throw into the hands of Fan.
Third down, creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. From the 50, it's Smith. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, I can spin this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage. But when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Throwing now is Gino. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Gino now to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
And the tight end goes in motion left. Smith.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 32-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
60 Bobcats!
Again, Smith. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
As quarterbacks like to do, he pushed it downfield on that throw. But I think that since he was outside the pocket and there was open space, it would have been a good time for his first carry of the game.
So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Ready! Striker, 3-3, yellow, go!
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also,
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Tanner Muse with it, and the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach. He talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
After the interception, here's Smith. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
60 Maverick.
Another try after the first down sack. Smith forced out to his left. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Noah Igbenogany. And the Dolphins will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
After the turnover, it's Tua. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Mike Gesicki, 55 yards. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Igwebuike to return it from his end zone here. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions maybe in the back of his mind. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 44-yard line. Here's Smith. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
From the gun, it's Walker.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Lockett in motion right.
Walker with another carry.
And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there, and it helps him move the sticks. Smith on first down. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted.
Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Touchdown, Dolphins. Jalen Waddle, 46 yards.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington.
Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Miami Dolphins and the Seattle Seahawks. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and off we go from Seattle.
On the return from his end zone, Godwin Igwebuike. And they're going to start. He's brought down at the 11.
The Seahawks take over first down and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Ready, set.
Off of play action, here's Smith. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Smith, and he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And this returnable for Hill. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. From the gun, it's Tua. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
From just shy of midfield, Tua, he sets to fire deep. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Seahawks are going to have it here at their own 15. Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, try to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
Get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 30-yard line. Back to Walker on 1st down. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Javon Holland coming up to make the stop. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I'm wondering, partner, if they might need to sub him out for a play or two, because after that long run he just had on the previous play, he might not have all of his breath back.
Yeah, and they went right back to that well. Different result. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete.
Well, that one fell incomplete after being tipped in the air. But I have to tell you, I had a bad flashback of going to head to the stadium stairs in practice. Because what we were always taught, any ball like that, if it's not spiked towards the ground and you actually tip it up, then that's an error on your part. Because now you've given hope to the offense, maybe help create a big play for them, instead of going up and either intercepting it or knocking it down. I ran many a stadium step for my errors.
So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides will be thrilled with that.
Hill going to think better of bringing this one out, and the drive will start at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves. I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
On 2nd down at 4. Tua. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Here's Smith. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Smith. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, here's Smith. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute baller out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the next-gen stats are going to tell the story, and wow, what a story it is. Nearly a full 23 miles an hour. One of the fastest plays on record, folks. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Tua.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown.
Raheem Mostert,
75 yards.
and the Dolphins have got it back to within a score. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And the next-gen stats are going to tell the story, and wow, what a story it is. Nearly a full 23 miles an hour. One of the fastest plays on record, folks.
The Seahawks take over first down and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing. Since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Ready? 18 rattle. Ready?
Now it's Smith.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. But such a costly interception, nearly a pick six, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few side eyes along the way. They've got to see if they can stop a score.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal. (10-7) our score after one, right here on EA Sports. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Now Tua. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins.
Tyreek Hill on the touchdown pass from Tua. And the Dolphins have taken the lead.
Sanders on for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10.
Dolphins 14, Seahawks 10. Jason Sanders is the kicker on one.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
From the 27, Smith.
Noah Fant with a catch on the crossing route.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Block it in motion right.
Fix the Eagles! Fix the Eagles!
On first down, it's Smith.
He completes this to Walker.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Now Geno. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
That is taken in by the tight end Fant.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The slot man in motion right. And they'll send the slot in motion left. They'll try and run for it. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10.
Now Smith.
Man open downfield, it's Metcalf.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, 47 yards. And the Seahawks have retaken the lead.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 17-14. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Dolphins take over first down again at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives, so a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. Feel like the offense coordinator's a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to...
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time.
Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties with big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Myers connects on the PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick 6.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside?
He's got him in. Complete. Touchdown, Dolphins.
Raheem Mostert.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Igwebuike to return it from his end zone here. And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Smith. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Watch out for Hill on the return. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And it'll be Dolphin football.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Offense running back out here, and you remember last drive was pretty quick, about 10 seconds, Charles. One play, very long pass play that ended in the end zone.
And you know every offensive unit, when that happens, they want to come running back out and recreate it. We know the chances of that are slim because now the defense is on high alert. But at the same time, that confidence should carry over into the start of their next drive.
From just shy of midfield.
Tua. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Tua going to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Seahawks are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around, or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st down, Smith. Walker with and he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. And maybe that's the perils of being a rookie running back in the NFL. I mean, look, it's not easy to hold on to the ball at any level with these talented guys. But in this league, you can learn a lesson early.
Without a doubt, and what a tough reminder for any running back, especially a rookie. The things you got away with in college probably won't work so well in the NFL.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Igwebuike to return it from his end zone here. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Smith. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. 3rd and long. It's Smith. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Here's Hill on the return. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Catch made right side by Wilson. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. A tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's
got a man complete. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. A fairly short kick from the 14. Taking it right down Broadway. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. He goes 86 yards on the kick return. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now up to 14. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Igwebuike to return it from his end zone here. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Come on, set. One, 10. Hey, man. 6, 7.
After the turnover, it's Tua. Open man is Waddle, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. Looking to pass. Tua. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Come 19! Come 19!
After the interception, here's Smith. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Geno now to throw. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Straight ahead, Walker. And this will be a Seahawks first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Now Geno on 1st down.
Throw out wide to Walker. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
And when you've already thrown 2 interceptions, you got to take extra special care of the football because that one could very easily have been a 3rd.
Yeah, off balance, pressure coming. Probably just has to stick that one in his pocket, right?
He does. I just think that when he's in a rut like this, I think this happens to a lot of quarterbacks, they try and overcome it by making big-time throws. Throws they know they shouldn't make, but they're hoping to complete them rather than having the confidence that they actually will.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now.
Back to throw, Smith. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Goodwin. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 22-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Hurt! 60 Bobcat! 60 Bobcat! 60 Maverick! 60 Maverick!
Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith.
An out route, and he's got the connection to Walker. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
1-yard gain brings up
They'll send the tight end in motion. They'll give it up to the big man Walker. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on third down, Smith.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Dolphins are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Well, this has been a bit of a tough game to figure out when it comes to him throwing the football. He's got the 3 touchdown passes, but now, Charles, this is a 3rd interception.
And those aren't really numbers that you'd like to see balance out. In a normal ledger sheet, if you can balance everything, you feel good about your day. But as a quarterback, you need your ratio to be more like 3 touchdown passes to 1 interception.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it.
Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Tua.
He's got it at the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Here's Tua. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
And the Seahawks are right back in this football game. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is, you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercepted. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone.
On 2nd and 10, Smith. And he's got the speedster Goodwin. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. On 1st and 10, Smith. Dancing to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Left with no option here but to throw it away.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. He's got his tight end Fan. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. That is taken in by the tight end Fan. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
On first down, it's Smith.
Open man is hard. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
Again, Smith. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield at man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Now Geno. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Noah Fant from 10 yards out.
And the Seahawks have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
Hill going to sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Man, if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
From the 30 on 2nd down. Tua. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it will be 3rd down.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He is going to find Hill here. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 70 yards. And the Dolphins use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. Sanders now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 14.
Makes the score Dolphins 45, Seahawks 31. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Igwebuike to return it from his end zone here. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, You've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds. This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know that there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing is Smith.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Ready, break.
Smith on 4th down. This is the tight end Fant. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as this defense, boy, a little too loose there. They give up a gain of 19 on 4th down.
To the air again, Smith.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off Byron Jones.
If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. Look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Tanner Muse with it. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he had won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks.
He's going to take a shot for the end zone.
And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown.
A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Seahawks take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Myers connects on the PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
Tua's throw is taken in by Waddle.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Tagovailoa. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's certainly one way to beat the blitz. Get it out of your hands quickly. Get it to the big fella.
Very effective. Saw the pressure, got rid of it, and the completion ensued. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. Raheem Mostert, 37 yards. And the Dolphins have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now up to 14.
52, Seahawks 38. Jason Sanders to kick off for
now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Smith. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
70 Timberwolves.
A 7-yard loss brings up 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Smith.
And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Here we go on 4th. Smith. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Dolphins get the football in great field position.
On the set. Hey,
Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. Caught by Wilson. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Ready. One, stand. Blue striker. Red, yellow. Yellow, go. Ready?
To throw again on 2nd down. Tua. And, that would get a wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened.
No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And this is not going to be what they needed. They get a few here, but now 3rd down as the clock runs. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Smith now to throw. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
On 4th down, Smith
gets this to Fant.
And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington.
Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Miami Dolphins and the Seattle Seahawks. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and off we go from Seattle. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. Slot man moves right. Now a run with Walker. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Sometimes in the run game you can make the argument that quickness beats size. And how about the example right here?
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Throwing now is Geno. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
Well, first drive here, the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter, because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
It's a gain of 3, and it gets him the first. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Now Geno on first down.
A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Geno now to throw. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down.
Brandon Jones
in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
At their own 23-yard line.
And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10
at their own 23. Throwing now is Tagovailoa.
Open man downfield is Hill.
He's at the 30. 10. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 77 yards.
And the Dolphins put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
On the return from his end zone, Godwin Igwebuike. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Here's Smith. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Brandon Jones able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
Well, this defense has to feel good because they've now brought down one of the faster quarterbacks in the game multiple times. That defensive unit, they're letting us all know they get paid too. They're no slouches themselves.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left. To try again after the sack. Smith, he'll find Metcalf. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Brandon Jones bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Now Hill to return it. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Here we go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tua. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. Buying time to his left. He's got him in. Complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Raheem Mostert, 58 yards. And the Dolphins have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the...
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
After the turnover, it's Tua. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Tua. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Tua. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. Touchdown! Mike Gesicki on the pass from Tua Tagovailoa. And the Dolphins have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Igwebuike to return it from his end zone here. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The Seahawks take over at 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Here we go.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything. Probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Riggs. 19 right. Go.
Now Geno. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Smith steps away to his left. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
It'd be interesting to see what he decides to do the next time he's in the position we just saw there. Outside of the pocket, takes a throw downfield and turns up incomplete. I wonder if next time he might take off and run.
To throw again on 2nd down. Smith. He hits his target, Lockett. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
And that's good.
On 1st down, Smith. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Well, it certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
Let's go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Here we go. Here we go. Shot. 17. And cycle. Hey, man.
On first down, they go with Mostert again.
And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
On 2nd down, Mostert.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Josh Jones.
And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They've had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them, because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
After the interception, here's Smith. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Here we go. Here we go.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And this one is incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
The Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Let's go now. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Ready?
Here we go on 4th. Smith. Escaping the pressure right. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold.
4th down and they take to the air, which really isn't a major surprise. But how about the coverage? They're able to bat it down.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they...
Touchdown, Dolphins! Raheem Mostert, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns.